my name is Morgan Melton. I'm here to talk to you guys today about a problem that's been plaguing corporate America and costing them millions of dollars. Emails, the foundation of communication within enterprises across the United States, have been costing companies a collective sum total of over $600 million. This is pretty obscure, and I thought it was a reasonably large problem. And I really wanted to try and identify why emails, words, and just our basic form of communication is costing us so much money. So we did a little bit of a deep dive into it, and I was able to identify $676 million that corporate America has been costing, with over 76% of organizations reporting being a victim of a phishing attack in 2016. 95% of enterprises all reporting that they've been a victim of spear phishing and other types of these attacks. This all came to my problem statement, in which I identified in 2016 to 2017 that there was a 104% increase in the amount of phishing emails that were seen, costing America that substantial amount of money that I originally cited there. So I broke it down into several metrics to help really kind of figure out where this was really originating from, and understanding these metrics allow us to really get a big grasp on the picture. So one of the key factors was the company size and their use of email. Obviously, a company that doesn't use a lot of emails or is a smaller size is not going to get as many emails, therefore they're not as susceptible to this type of attack. Another section that we identified was their cybersecurity program. Having proper antiviruses and firewalls, as well as employee trainings, were different things that we identified that corporations were doing differently than each other, and thus having different results that affected how much money they're actually losing due to phishing emails. So as you see here in our analysis, we broke it down and we were able to identify these things. The only two that were going to have a negative impact on a loss of revenue for the company are your geographic location and company size. These things will only decrease your amount of emails that you're getting, because if you're stuck in snowland where there's not a lot of power, obviously you're not going to get as many emails, because you're not as well connected to the world. In addition, we've got the type of company and the business deals. This will actually increase the amount of emails that you get, therefore increasing your amount of emails. In terms of your security program, your active threat hunting, spam filters, email security training, firewalls, and antivirus, these are all pluses for an organization. However, losing any one of these key factors creates a redundancy that you just lost. So because of that, if you do not have one of those guys, it instantly becomes a negative for this metric. So our solutions for this were layered security, and there's a few free solutions we can actually take advantage of, which is what a lot of corporate CEOs and CIOs love to hear. But getting into the layered security, you've got antivirus. That's always your last line of defense. Getting a next generation antivirus like Cylance, people like that actually are able to catch that malware as it's going off in your environment, preventing that. But in addition to that, you can have firewalls in place to prevent this, as well as spam filters. Proofpoint and Wombat are two great examples of filters that prevent these things from happening, and actually allow us to not only reduce the amount of malicious emails you get, but in addition, reduce the amount of spam that your inbox is going to see, which increases productivity for a company. The last is threat hunting. That's done by those same two vendors. And now we're getting into our free solutions. So email security training and internal phishing email tests. These are different types of campaigns that we can do to educate people what these types of attacks look like and how to prevent them, because at the end of the day, we as the users are the one who has to approve or deny anything that's going on with the computer. It's not just going to happen, and it actually takes a little bit of interaction from us. So these are all different things that we can do to help reduce that number and protect our organizations and be proactive about the different things that we've got going on. But there's one last thing we need to consider. So we've got some virtues and some values here, but the big overarching one that I think a lot of people will struggle with in this idea is Big Brother is watching. Big Brother is watching in this case means that Big Brother is reading your emails, which can make a lot of people very uncomfortable. Depending on where you're at, some people might choose even not to work with you over this. However, reminding people the fact that you're only here for their protection and that you're going to do your absolute best to keep everything confidential and to not place judgment or share information that shouldn't be shared is a big key component to why having something like this is important, rather than the alternative of the entire world knowing and seeing everything you've got. As stated from Proverbs 31:8, and open your mouth for the mute and the rights of all who are destitute. This means, in short, that we need to put a helping hand out there for those who can't help themselves, those who have a predetermined disability. So in this case, that is us as security professionals going out there and helping those people, because that's what we've been trained and learned how to do. And with that, I want to thank you. It's been great. Love you guys.